everybody, and welcome back to another episode of Deep Thoughts. And today is probably the earliest I've filmed one of these in a while. I don't know if you can tell it in my voice, but I'm very tired. Actually, I lied. The last time I filmed something this early was, I think, the Attack on Titan episode from last week. I don't know what it is with Japan and delaying these episodes. I know it's the French Open and that's why Fruits Basket is airing late. I don't remember why Attack on Titan aired late, but I am okay. I'm a morning person, yes, but I'm a morning person in the sense that I'm very sleepy for most of the day. Like I wake up around like 6:30 or 7, and I just I do some yoga and then I just kind of chill. So I don't. I'm like, I still have kind of like those teary-eyed morning eyes where I'm like, yeah, what's going on? But I will say, watching Fruits Basket in the morning is shockingly pleasant. Also, before we get into the episode, I just want to quickly establish, sorry if I sound really quiet. It's just because it's sort of early and people are still sleeping yet. And the second thing is I want to apologize for this review possibly being late. I think it's going to come out on Sunday around 9ish, so it's a full day late. Apologies for that. Next week will also likely be late since I'll be out of town at a bachelor party. So yeah, that episode could be coming out as late as Monday or Tuesday. So I do want to apologize for that. But by episode 11, we'll be back to normal. So yeah, blame the French Open. That's what I'm doing. Friggin' tennis? No, I'm kidding. Don't actually blame the French Open. Those people are just trying to play their game. But yeah, without further ado, let's just go ahead and dive into this week's episode. So at the beginning of the episode, I was definitely with those two girls who were like, man, that dude's like super hot. Well, oh my gosh, we should go talk to him. And then he just like throws on puts on the gloves and the helmet or whatever it was, and he like hops on his bike and they're super not interested. I was like, man, you girls don't know what's good, because clearly everybody should fawn over somebody who rides a bike. Bikes are the way to go. Gotta protect that environment, people. No, but seriously, that makes me happy. The fact that Haru, or Hatsuharu as we learned his name in this episode, Hatsuharu rides around on a bike. He's protecting the environment. He's thinking about things, people. He's a good man. Hatsuharu in general was a lot more interesting than I thought he would be. Like when last week I was like, oh, he seems like he's super chill. He is, but well, half of him is, if that makes, we'll get into it. Before we do though, I do have to note that already the break's over and they're back to school, and man, some things never change. Kyo and Yuki still at each other's throats, so I guess Toru's influence only stretches so far. They still can't stand each other. But I do think on some level they care. Like when the whole fight happens, even Kyo is like, oh man, Yuki's not looking so good. So I think on some level they do care. It's just, they have that rivalry. And I think, yeah, we've established before in previous episodes, like a lot of the anger towards each other comes from a jealousy of each other. And they do like each other, but they're too stubborn to admit it. All the Somas have this stubbornness to them where it's like, just admit your feelings. Although Hatsuharu has no problem admitting his feelings. Again, we will get to it. The whole episode, though, gave me, like, a nervous vibe, only because I had forgotten all about the whole getting sick thing. Because in my mind, it was just, like, if they're hugged by the opposite sex, then they turn into whatever animal of the zodiac they represent. But I forgot if they get sick, the same thing also happens. So the whole time I'm watching the episode, like, Yuki's gonna turn into the rat, and everybody's gonna freak out, and somebody's gonna get their memory wiped, and something's gonna happen to Toru, and But no, that doesn't happen. Thank God, because if anything happened to Toru, although my guess is that nothing would have happened to Toru since she already knows, but they'd have to wipe like Hana's mind or something, and that would have broken my heart. Hana is slowly climbing up the list of my favorite characters. She's so abundantly fun, and like the whole it's not vibes, it's waves. She senses waves, and she scares those other girls, which screw those other girls. But I will say, yeah, she's slowly climbing up my favorites list. I just friggin' love this character so much, and she pulled the same trick that I pulled when I used to run track, where I was like, oh no, oh alas, I've run out of energy, oh no, I'm not feeling well, I guess I'll have to walk the rest of the way. Tragedy. Hana doesn't even walk the rest of the way, she just plays cards, which friggin' I adore Hana so much already. She's the best. The rest of the episode though is absolutely taken up by Hatsuharu and his shenanigans, which I do think it was super sweet the way him and Toru finally meet, because Toru just mistakes him for an old man passed out on the side of the road just because of his hair color, which like Yeah, fair. The man has silver hair. It's pretty. Although he rocks it. I wish I could dye my hair that kind of color, like have like sort of like almost silvery hair on the top and then sort of like a grayish black on the bottom. Like, I think that's a look, and I wish I could pull that off, but sadly I cannot. Although maybe I could. Maybe once I go full time with YouTube, that's something I can do because I won't have to worry about my work getting mad at me for dyeing my hair like that. Thoughts for later. If the channel gets to 10,000 by the end of the year, I will absolutely do that. That's a threat to myself. I will say though, Hatsuharu, or just Haru, definitely was surprising. He wasn't exactly the character I thought he was going to be. He, like I said earlier, he certainly is chill, but there's a lot more facets to his character. Like that scene where he like pulls the rope so that he can trip Kyo. I was like, dang, Haru, chill. And then he immediately follows that up with a fourth wall break where he tells the audience like, hey, by the way, don't do that. Because like Kyo is an anime character, but you're like a person. So if you did that, you would give somebody more than just a scrape. Okay, so like don't do that. That's not cool. I was like, whoa, I didn't know that Hatsuharu was a Deadpool fan. Not to mention there's that, plus the fact that Haru is younger than our main trio. Yikes. Ah, I see that Shigure is in fact still Tappa's Bando. Okay, neat. And also there's the turn of Dark Haru. Dark Haru sounds like they're referring to the Haru that shows up in Dive to the Future's OP, where Haru's like doing the Super Saiyan like scream as the pool like erupts into If you don't watch Free, you have no idea what I'm talking about. But like that's who I thought of when they mentioned Dark Haru. But then I see this and I was like, okay, Haru, you need to relax. You need to calm down. Talk about Toru like that. And like challenging Kyo to a fight and all that. No, I will say though, the cutest part of that wasn't even Dark Haru. It was the fact that Kyo actually got jealous when Dark Haru was saying like, oh, that's that Toru girl. Eh? You like her? Okay, well maybe I'll hang out with her. Maybe I'll take her away. And Kyo's like, I don't know why, but I'm getting really pissed off. I was like, I can see the groundwork for other ships that are contrary to the ships that I ship. So, and I'm not even mad. I'm not even mad about it. So not only was I surprised by the man's age, by Dark Haru, but also he's a cow. Okay, well, he's technically the ox, but like still, the man's a cow. That was surprising. And also the whole like, mystery. I don't know if that's his catchphrase, but everything is like, mystery. It's like, yes, a mystery. My goodness, I really dig Hatsuharu, but I think the most interesting thing to me anyway is Haru bi, or maybe he's just gay. I don't know. Either way, that was really neat. If you don't know what I'm talking about, in Haru's backstory, at least in this episode, I don't know if this is the same for the original series, the original anime run, but Hatsuharu explains like that when he grew up, he was being picked on. People called him stupid because of the whole like rat riding the ox type thing and like tricking the ox, and the ox was stupid, and so everybody like by association like assumed that Haru was stupid, which is like not just a shitty thing to do to somebody. And it just made me care about Haru all the more. And then when Haru finally confronts Yuki, like when he sees Yuki, he's like, you're the reason everybody calls me stupid, I hate you, like blah blah blah, like because he's in Dark Haru mode. And Yuki just says like, okay, well, are you stupid? He's like, no. He's like, okay, well, I believe you. And just in that moment, like all of a sudden it's like, yeah, Haru, why'd you care? Like all of a sudden, yeah, it's like, oh yeah, it doesn't matter what other people think. It matters what you think and what your friends think. And in that moment, Haru says that Yuki was his first love, and he totally fell in love with Yuki from that moment forward. And it made me go like, wait, that's freaking cool. I really like that. Maybe he's bi. Now, if only we can get an ace character in here, I'll feel right at home. By the way, I would like to point out that I am watching this on June 1st. So the first show that I experienced in Pride Month had a pretty openly, at the very least, bi dude. So that makes me pretty happy. But yeah, that's pretty much all my thoughts. It was just like a really like laid back fun episode. Great introduction to Hatsuharu. I thought it was amazing. As always, the emotional backstories continue to hit like a truck. But yeah, no, just a phenomenal episode. Really well done. Those are basically all my thoughts on the this week's episode of Fruits Basket. My only gripe with the episode rather is I kind of wish the quote unquote fight was done better. If it was like choreographed like better, like because the choreography in that fight was just garbage. But if it was choreographed really well, then this would have been a total A+, like perfect episode. But because of that, instead I'm gonna give it just like an A- of an episode, like really solid episode, but not quite Not quite perfect, but like just missed it by a little bit. Still like an A minus, like really solid episode. But everybody, that's gonna do it for this week's episode review. I hope you guys enjoyed. Thanks for being so patient with me. I know this came out late. I apologize. Also, happy Pride Month. It's the first. I like changed all my Twitter stuff and I was all happy about it. But yeah, happy Pride Month. And hey, if you enjoyed today's video and you feel like helping out, by all means hitting that like button, sharing the video around the internet, that'd be super rad of you. And if you'd like to stick around and see more from me, by all means go ahead and hit that subscribe button and ring that bell to join the good ones. And as always, before we go, we gotta give a big shout out to the good folks over on Patreon, namely those in the Earl Grey tier: Omner Garamond, Veridin, Tristan, No For Nothing, Urza, Evil, Caden Fate, Gabriel, Dominic, Sipco Games, Opinionated Slime, Maria Teresa, and Shadow Creative. If you too would like to help this channel out over on Patreon, then by all means go ahead and check out the link in the description. Check out all the cool rewards you can get over there. It'd be much appreciated. And until our next meeting, everybody, stay rad and don't scary.